everyone, this is Anthony Tierno once again, and I am back with the Stein. In the Stein I have a whole mess of character names, various characters from Maldene. This is the third time I'll have picked through it. I have limited myself to only the characters in the first book, only the main characters, because there's 13 books and like 300 characters. Even just in the first book, there's, I think, like 25 characters. So I pared it down to a few of the main ones. This is the third time I'm dipping into the Stein, and whatever name I pull out, I'll talk about that character straight off the cuff. Show you how well known characters in the books. So, again, let's see what we have. Kor-Lebear and Kilinir. This is basically an assassin pairing. Excuse me. Kor-Lebear starts off, and I don't have any quick graphics of them, so I won't see it flashing before your screen like the last couple. But it starts off like the first 4 chapters. You just see Kor-Lebear, and he's a bit of a suspect individual. You know, part gymnast, part fighter, part don't trust him in a dark alley. and he's one of those creepy characters that has everybody wondering. Someplace around chapter 5, he meets up with Kilinir, who is basically the female version of him. And at that point, they start pairing up, and they become something that becomes rather infamous. Not just an assassin team. You see, they like everything else in the books, they evolve over time. Until about, I'd say, halfway through the first book, they actually depart more or less completely from the main group, and we see them in little sort of vignettes on their own little things that they're going on. In a short time, they basically team up and call themselves the Black Dagger. Now, the Black Dagger over time becomes the most infamous assassin known. They have various ways of keeping their secrets and identities, or even the fact of, well, there'll be people questioning, is it a he, a she, an it, or a them? Part of it, of course, when they're on a mission, they each dress alike. You only see one at a given time. You don't see the other guy that's right behind with a knife. Over time, they start learning magics. Eventually, in book 2, they start learning the arts of the knownm. Now, on Maldene, knownm, which is actually a name if you look up in the dictionary and sort of break it down, it means exploding death. And it's an art form that goes back about 25,000 rels. 1 rel is 3.6 Earth years. Basically, you see the origin of them in book 11. But a knownm is sort of like a spell-casting ninja. So imagine, if you will, a ninja that had magics of illusion, shadows, and a few other odd things, maybe a bit of necromancy thrown in there or whatever. Except they're also skilled at how best to use it, for the full effect. So, to leave you wondering less, did a wizard do this, or more, did a demon come in and do this, or something like that. So there's a bit of the fear angle going on. And Kor-Lebear and Kilinir, in the form of the Black Daggers, will end up over time becoming the best of the knownm and the most infamous assassin ever. And you actually get to see them develop that and how it is that they manage to keep their secret. Without doing any spoilers, just say about end of book 3, they end up making a sort of a deal with someone that's really good at keeping secrets and puts a cloak over their identities. So you have some other frustrated individuals, wizards, whatever, trying to do their divinations as to, who is this Black Dagger. No one can find out. And in fact, later on in the series, it ends up frustrating a certain high priest of a very powerful olden god, as he begins to wonder how come, he, the most powerful, notorious, priest of all time, can't find out who the Black Dagger is, which ends up setting him off. Just that one little thing. But the Black Dagger has a rather interesting calling card, which is also where they get their name from. They always use a single cut black obsidian dagger. So you take a chunk of obsidian about this long and carve it into a dagger, and then you work into the hilt a single red glint of light. So that's their signature, this black obsidian dagger, little red glint of light in the center. What makes them notorious is they will leave one of these daggers to the victim as a sign of not only is the Black Dagger coming after you, but here's the weapon he's going to kill you with. And I have several scenes in there, as they're building up getting a reputation, basically. Like a local corrupt mayor, for instance, somebody, hires a Black Dagger to off him, and he sees on his desk a Black Dagger. Doesn't think anything of it, tries to throw it out, turns around, it's back there on his desk. Tries every which way to get rid of it, and of course the thing keeps returning, and inevitably he does get killed with that very same exact dagger. And they leave it there long enough, for when the body's found and they see the knife plunged in the chest and all that, so the big reputation goes on. And then of course, within a few hours after being discovered, the dagger vanishes. So in the right context, this is enough to set just about anybody off. So that in time, the reputation of the Black Dagger ends up doing half their job for them. So that further down the line, say middle of book 2, somebody receives a Black Dagger and is going, oh no, somebody's hired the Black Dagger to kill me, and begins going around asking for help. Goes to the town guard, you've got to kill me, you've got to help me, somebody's out to kill me. Calm down, son, what is it? He shows him the Black Dagger, and the guy's, saying, sorry, I can't help you, I'll tell your widow. So, they end up becoming something somewhat fearsome, and a growing legend, even though no one, not even the group that they were adventuring with, knows that Kor-Lebear and Kilinir are the Black Dagger. In fact, there's a few instances in which someone in their group is going, okay, we need to hire somebody for this. No one believes us. How's about if we get, the Black Dagger on this? They don't know how to contact them. They do know that they have these two nefarious people going, Kor-Lebear and Kilinir, and going, how's about if we ask, them to put word on the street and contact the Black Dagger, which of course is them. So they have a bit of fun there, and how they end up doing some of their things. Like I said, simple magics with the proper application. Like, you know, the dagger disappears, you know, after a couple hours, right before everybody, you know, vanishes when they're looking. That's a simple trigger teleport spell. Cast it on the dagger, throw something on there to cloak the magic, and of course it triggers off, the dagger vanishes. You put something like a homing spell on the dagger. So no matter where the poor schlep, you know, tries to get rid of it, it will automatically teleport right back to where they left it there on the desk or someplace within a couple feet of the guy. From the point of view of any given wizards, very simple basic magics. But the way they apply it ends up becoming somewhat terrifying. Anyhow, so yeah, they pair up, get their own indirect growing reputation, because they can't tell, their whole point is they don't tell anyone who they really are, and who the Black Dagger is, or the fact that the Black Dagger is more than one person. The only, well, a bit of a spoiler. In book 3, you will find one person that does kind of find out. Right before they kill him. With his own soul-eating weapon. So, yeah, they're a fun pair. Their idea of foreplay is chasing after each other, trying to see who can assassinate who with the real working weapons. So, not much more to say about them than that. Like I said, they're a fun little pair. You see them, you know, in and out every so often. They get some very interesting plot-worthy jobs that fall into the plot quite a bit. Anyhow, next time I'll pull another name off the Stein and see what characters we're talking about then. Until then, bye and keep reading.